Workforce shortages have impacted nearly every industry. Small businesses are struggling to find enough skilled workers. And as Fox 43's Rachel Yancuna shows us, a local business found the help they needed through a unique partnership.
Carving out a success story requires attention to detail and a chance to show people what you're capable of. 24-year-old Philip Klopcic didn't have many chances in life, often overlooked because of his intellectual and developmental disability, until elite cabinetry in York County gave him a shot at his first job.
What is that like to have a job and to have this independence?
Fantastic. My parents are like, okay, you need to get a job, you need to get out of the house. I'm like, yes, finally, I need to get out of the house, get on my feet, time to earn my living.
When we gave him his first paycheck, he said, I've never had a paycheck. And I wanted to cry because we were giving him something that he had never had.
When the state shut down 2 years ago, Elite Cabinetry was tapped to shift operations. All other projects were stopped.
We had product ready to be installed. We had product that we had to pay for, the labor and the material, but we weren't installing the job and not getting paid. So there was a lot of financial issues with that, obviously.
When the state reopened, business piled on. Suddenly, they needed more hands, as did other businesses across the state. The competition was fierce, and finding workers wasn't easy.
We did everything we could think of. We put it on Facebook, we did ads in the paper, we did Indeed. It's very hard to find someone who's willing to come in here and do the jobs that sometimes people don't want to do. The little jobs.
And those are small jobs, but they have a big impact. They're important.
Without those, we can't do the big jobs.
That's where Philip comes in. He had been searching for work through the employment program at Penmar Human Services. The nonprofit helps people with disabilities live their best lives. Dozens of companies are turning to them for help with staffing shortages.
All of a sudden, I was getting phone calls from them during the pandemic saying, okay, we're ready now. And I've been able to, partner with some really great people in our community and employers in our community.
So in a way, this opened a lot of doors for people.
It did.
And Matt, Penmar says that businesses that are struggling to fill those open positions can reach out to them for help. They have a lot of people eager to find work, and you can find their information on fox43.com.
Great story, Rachel. How many job openings are there in Pennsylvania right now?
Well, as of December 2021, which is the most recent data from the U.S. Department of Labor, Pennsylvania has 495,000 job openings. That's an increase of 73,000 more openings than the month before.
And we saw a lot of layoffs in the first year of the pandemic. How does that compare to what we're seeing right now?
It's not quite nearly as bad, but it is still happening. So far this year, businesses have laid off more than 1,100 workers just within the first 2 months of 2022. So companies are still making those tough decisions.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much.